So I'm going to tell you about a course that I taught this fall, 2020, called Introduction to Global Health. And this is always one of my favorite courses, but this year it was a really interesting time to talk about all of these topics. And so usually I get around 30 students. This year I got about 50. And the first day of class I asked students, how many of you are here because you're kind of interested in talking about COVID? And most of them put their hands up. So that's what we did. We talked about other things too, of course. But we really leaned into trying to understand COVID from different perspectives. And it was really neat too this semester how world events and events in our city lined up with some of the topics in our course. So for example, the week that Winnipeg went into code orange and we had extra restrictions put on us, we happened to be talking about human rights and ethics and health systems. And that's just the way the chapters fall out in the textbook. They don't really seem that related. But it gave us the opportunity to talk about ethics and human rights and our own rights to gather and assemble and to do some of the things we like to do, how those rights had been curtailed for the sake of public health. And then we could ask the additional question, well, why are we doing this? We're doing it to save our health system. And so to see those things come together around the topic of COVID was really, really interesting and really enlightening for students and also for me. And you could see light bulbs go on in students' minds that, okay, I understand why we're doing these things and I understand why they're important. The other really neat alignment with current events that happened in our course was that we happened to be talking about the immune system and vaccines right after the successful Pfizer vaccine was announced. So that gave us a chance to talk about, how does the immune system work? How do vaccines work kind of generally? What are the different kinds of vaccines? And then what's so special about this new Pfizer mRNA vaccine? And how does it work? So that really allowed us to bring home the importance of vaccines and how they're different, but how they're the same as well. And I'll just say for myself personally, teaching this course this semester was also a really good outlet for me because, sometimes you go on Facebook and you see those few people you knew from high school who just are posting the silliest things that are so frustrating to read about, anti-mask sentiments and anti-vax sentiments. And I remember one day reading one of those things and almost posting. And then I thought, what, there are 50 students I'm going to see tomorrow. I'm just going to channel that energy and that frustration into helping them better understand.